Millions of dollars wasted, no arrests made, and an out-of-work police chief.
Oh, that was the result of a year-long investigation into an undercover cigarette sting in Hampton. Today, the city wanted to look at the books to see what went wrong.
Contending your side's Ava Hurdle spent all day in Hampton. Now, Ava, I know that you've been working to find out the same thing here. So what was the result of that investigation?
Well, Stephanie and Nicole, an accountant found no evidence of a crime, no evidence of a theft, but a lack of records detailing how a lot of the money was spent. The undercover operation was run out of this warehouse. An independent accountant found cigarette buys for the sting well documented, but no records for money spent for utilities, security systems, and other expenses. That amounted to just under $500,000. During a presentation of the 80-page audit report, Councilman Chris Stewart wondered if a crime was committed.
This really is a fairly mundane document. Is there a smoking gun, no pun intended, given the nature of the subject matter?
The accountant, Bob Belot, explained that while there were no records for expenses other than the cigarette buys, he found no wrongdoing.
Because of the lack of documentary evidence, but there's nothing that made me come back to management and say, we should consider doing more work.
Councilman Donnie Tuck said the lack of good record keeping did more harm than good.
The community has suffered. The police department has suffered unnecessarily because of this particular operation. And the biggest thing about it is that what I'm continually confronted with is that you spent all this time doing this operation and nobody was arrested.
Since the 19-month operation shut down, City Manager Mary Bunting has come up with a number of recommendations, including hiring financial accountants to oversee undercover operations.
I think it's comforting to know that it wasn't done with taxpayer money, first and foremost, that the operation was fully funded by the Federal Bureau of ATF.
And the profits, he says, were put back into the operation. And that total comes to more than $700,000 left behind. Where will that money go? Well, that's under review right now by the State Attorney General's office. We're live in Hampton. Ava Hurdle, 10 on your side.
Thanks, Ava. Our investigation into this story continues right now on wavy.com. You can find detailed information on the botched undercover investigation. Just hover over our news link and then click on Hampton, and you go right here to the story.